3, 2, 1.
Yeah, Dembele's been fucking shit, man.
Disappointing a little bit.
He's quality, but he's been shit, bruv.
He had some good games at the start of the tournament when they were
not good games. I think he has good moments in games. Do you know what I mean?
Think,
and I think that, he has good moments.
He has fully good. I think England's the first time where I was really disappointed because I think first 15, 20 minutes he started well, was involved in the goal, and then I just didn't see him again. But then a lot of people were kind of saying, and I felt this was kind of partly correct, is that France always want to go down the left. So he doesn't really get too much of the ball all the time. They just go straight to Mbappe all the time, straight down the left. And when you watch them, it does stack up. They do go down that left-hand side a lot. I was just surprised that it didn't work out for him in this tournament more so, even though he's in the final, but just to play better because Griezmann's playing in that right side 8. And Griezmann's just...
Griezmann's kind of not even playing in the right side 8. Griezmann's playing wherever he wants. You know the ones like Griezmann's playing in the 6, picking up the ball off the centre backs. He's playing in the 8. He's playing in the 10. He's playing on the right side.
He's clearing the
right
ball
side, creating overloads. Yeah, exactly. Then creating overloads with Dembele down that side, bro. Griezmann's everywhere, bro. Griezmann is absolutely everywhere. He don't have a position. Yeah, he's literally like the ace in the pack for these man. He's unbelievable, bro.
The amount of times I've seen the ball come into the this is the side of Griezmann's game that I'm shocked. I'm not shocked about the passing and it's the fact that every time the ball's coming into the box, it's Griezmann in the box defending. Like
but he plays for Simeone, bro. Remember, this guy has been doing scumbag things, blood, forever because he understands, the ugly side of the game because he's played with one of the ugliest footballing managers in the history of the game, bruv. So he understands, he's got to get his hands dirty, innit? And that's what Griezmann does. So seeing him transition from like a second striker, like a very attacking player, to a player that's got the intelligence and the technical ability to dictate games and drift around, bro, it shows the IQ of the footballer. Do you know what I mean? It shows the IQ of the man. So Griezmann's got to get a lot of plaudits, and a lot of people overlooking Griezmann performance because I think Mbappe had 5 goals or something like that. But Griezmann is the guy that's keeping this France team together. He's the creative spark. He's the calming influence in midfield. He's the player that's making the clearances in the box, bro. He's contributing in multiple different ways.
Yeah, no, 100%. I think he needs to be shout for. I mean, he's not going to get player of the tournament, but Messi for me will get that 100%. But I think he's got to be top 2, top 3, man, because he's been ridiculous. Really, really impressed. Really impressed. How old is he now?
31. And he's moving like that.
Yeah, it's mad how his career's gone because he was brilliant at Atletico and then went to Barca to go and play with.
Didn't
Messi
work out, but bro, he's not the first good player, and he won't be the last good player that goes to Barca and it doesn't work out, bro. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
that happens a lot, bro. It didn't work out.
I just didn't know what position he was going to play at Barcelona because he kind of was always trying to drift into similar areas that Messi would drift into, and then he was always going to get shagged. I think sometimes I even saw him playing out on the left, just playing in all positions but his actual position. To try and fit in. It just didn't really make any sense, unfortunately. But
100%,
yeah, man, very impressed with him this tournament. Definitely you could say France's best player now because he stood up in every single match. Mbappe's kind of been quiet. Mbappe's kind of been quiet the last couple matches. He hasn't been how he started the tournament. Griezmann's been.
He's France's best player, bro. He's been the tournament's best player for me. Do you know what I mean? It's just one of them ones where, because he doesn't have the name that Messi's got, obviously people aren't going to recognize he's been the best player, but he's been the best player. So yeah, it goes without saying. With Griezmann. So I'm glad that people are giving him recognition. But like this comment says, as soon as Mbappe doesn't score, people realize how important Griezmann is. But it shouldn't be like that. It shouldn't be like that. Like, people should realize how good players are, bro. Not because you scored a goal, it doesn't mean you're the best player on the pitch. Doesn't mean that you even played well because you scored. Do you know what I mean? But it's very lazy journalism, and it's lazy from football fans to be like, all right, cool, my man's got 5 goals, best player in the tournament, best player in the world. I see man walking around saying, right, like, who's better in the world than Mbappe right now? And I was like, huh? What? Because he scored? It's crazy, but this is football.
Who's the best in the world for you right now? Messi.
What do you mean in what? As in the level that
the best player in the world right now? Who would you say?
For me, Neymar's the best player in the world. Do you know what I mean? For me, Neymar's the best player in the world. Yeah, for me, easily. He's easily the best player in the world, bro. Do you know what I mean? Like, and how I do that is,
what's that based on?
If all the best players, yeah, in football right now are playing at the peak of their powers, yeah, like they're absolutely purring, yeah. I don't think there's anyone better than him. Do you know what I mean? Messi is absolutely unbelievable footballer. I think that it's just when everyone's at the top of their game. I think Neymar's the guy, bro. He's absolutely just unplayable. Do you know what I mean? Messi's unplayable as well, but he's older. Tough. Do you know what I mean? He's just older. Do you know what I mean? And
Benzema got the Ballon d'Or, and he was the best player that year. So that was
but Benzema's Ballon d'Or was for multiple reasons, though. Benzema's Ballon d'Or was because he scored loads of important goals. He's a goal scorer. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, what Real Madrid won, all those things. Ballon d'Or is not just based on individual ability. It never has been. Do you know what I mean? It tends to be whose teams do well in certain tournaments, do well in international tournaments, etc., etc. There's always caveats. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's never just purely based on ability or on performances or anything like that. It's not that. So for me, like how I judge the best player in the world is if everyone is having their best game, who's the best player? And for me, it's definitely Neymar, bro. Like it's one of them ones. Like even the goal that Neymar scored, against Croatia, that should have been the winning goal, bro. That was a goal worthy of winning any football match. And then Brazil shit the bed, bro. But the way he had the composure, after the 2 given goals, the composure he had to sit the keeper down. Do you know what I mean? Go around the goalkeeper and that, bro. Like that was him showing his quality. Do you know what I mean? That was him showing his class, and in a massive moment as well. That was in extra time, wasn't it? Like, bro, like that was him showing his real quality to the world. Do you know what I'm saying? And then after that,
but then
bro.
The thing is with Neymar is he's been injured most of the tournament, and this is the World Cup. But
we're not talking about the World Cup. You said who do I think is the best player in the world right now? I'm not talking about just on performances. Bro, Marcus Rashford, was probably one of the most informed attackers in the World Cup. He was unbelievable.
But performances have to contribute, because if he was going off ability,
I know, but the World Cup's only a month though, bro.
Like, I know that. But some of the best players in the world ever have made a big name off the World Cup. World Cup is like,
I understand that, but this World Cup, you can't look at this World Cup right now, you can't look at this World Cup right now and say that loads of big players, have performed at the top level. Like you can't say that. Do you know what I mean? Because if you base it on World Cup form, like people are saying, what Saka's had a few good games for England. Do you know what I mean? He's nowhere near the level of the top players that we're talking about. So it's a tournament, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? So if we're talking about just on form, if we're talking about on current form right now, nobody's playing at the level that Messi's playing at, because Neymar's injured and Ronaldo's at home, Benzema's injured. Do you know what I mean? So it's basically Griezmann and Messi that are playing at the highest level right now in the World Cup and have probably played at the highest level throughout the tournament consistently. Do you know what I mean? Messi's purring right now.